Nikola Tesla was obsessed with the numbers 3, 6, and 9. He walked around buildings 3 times before entering. He stayed in hotel rooms only divisible by 3. He washed his plates with 18 napkins. Most people dismissed this as madness. But what if Tesla discovered something that the rest of the world still doesn't understand? The universe speaks numbers. Tesla himself said it clearly. As he once declared, if you only knew the magnificence of the 3, 6, and 9, you would have the key to the universe. Today, millions of people are using Tesla's discovery to manifest their deepest desires. The 369 method has become the most viral manifestation technique in history. But here's what nobody tells you. Most people are doing it completely wrong. They write their affirmations, they follow the numbers, and nothing happens, because they're missing the science behind why it actually works. In the next few minutes, you're going to understand not just how to use the 369 method, but why it works on a neurological and energetic level. This isn't about magic. It's about reprogramming the most powerful supercomputer ever created, your subconscious mind. Tesla's. Before we dive into the method, you need to understand the mind that created it. Nikola Tesla wasn't just a scientist. He was a man who could visualize entire machines in his head before building them. He invented the alternating current that powers your home. He envisioned wireless technology a century before smartphones. But his deepest fascination wasn't with electricity. It was with numbers. Specifically, with 3, 6, and 9. Tesla believed these numbers held the key to understanding the universe itself. Think about it. The universe operates in patterns of 3s: past, present, future, birth, life, death, body, mind, spirit. 3, 6, 9. If you add any number in sequence, you eventually return to 3, 6, or 9. 1 plus 2 equals 3. 4 plus 5 equals 9. 7 plus 8 equals 15, which reduces to 6. Tesla saw this pattern everywhere, and he believed that if you could align yourself with these numbers, you could tap into the fundamental frequency of creation itself. As Einstein later reflected on his colleagues' work, the intuitive mind is a sacred gift, and the rational mind is a faithful servant. Tesla trusted his intuition about these numbers, and now science is beginning to prove him right. But what does this mean for you? Sacred pattern. Here's where it gets fascinating. The 369 pattern isn't random, it's everywhere. Look at a circle, 360 degrees, divisible by 3. 9 divides into 360 40 times. The human body gestates for 40 weeks, 9 months. The most stable geometric shapes in nature are triangles, 3 points. Even DNA follows this pattern. The double helix turns every 36 angstroms, 3 plus 6. The ancient Egyptians knew this. The Pythagoreans built their entire philosophy around it. Every major civilization that achieved remarkable things understood the power of these numbers. Mathematics is the language with which God has written the universe. Now here's what matters for manifestation. Your brain operates on frequencies. When you repeat something 3 times, your brain begins to pay attention. 6 times, it starts creating new neural pathways. 9 times, those pathways begin to strengthen into patterns. Repeat, transform, manifest. This isn't mysticism. This is neuroscience dressed in ancient wisdom. The 369 method works because it's aligned with how your brain naturally processes and embeds new information. And once you understand this, everything changes. But knowing the pattern isn't enough. You need to understand exactly why most people fail with this technique. Why most fail? Let me be direct with you. 95% of people who try the 369 method get 0 results. They write their affirmations 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, and 9 times at night. They do it for weeks. Nothing happens. They conclude manifestation is fake. But here's what they are missing. The method isn't about the writing. It's about the feeling. The feeling is the secret. When you write your affirmation mechanically like a chore, you're sending a neutral signal into the universe. There's no charge, no power. It's like trying to start a fire with wet wood. The 369 method requires emotional fuel. Feel it now. Think about something you desperately wanted as a child. that excitement, that certainty that it was coming, that emotional charge. That's what your affirmations need. The problem isn't the technique. The problem is that most people are stuck in their analytical mind while writing. They're thinking about bills while manifesting abundance. They're doubting while declaring certainty. And the subconscious mind doesn't respond to words. It responds to feeling. This is the first key that separates those who transform their lives from those who just write in journals. But there's another crucial element that nobody talks about: the real method. Let me give you the exact protocol, not the watered-down version you find online. The real technique that combines Tesla's numbers with proven psychological principles. First, your affirmation must be written in present tense. Not "I will be wealthy," but "I am wealthy." Your subconscious doesn't understand future tense. It only knows now. Second, be specific. "I am abundant" is weak. "I earn $10,000 monthly doing work I love" is powerful. Third, and this is crucial, your affirmation must feel slightly uncomfortable. If it feels completely natural, you're not stretching. If it feels impossible, you're reaching too far. Find the edge. Whatever you can conceive and believe, you can achieve. Now here's the schedule. Morning, immediately upon waking, before you check your phone, write your affirmation 3 times. But don't just write. Feel each word as you form it. Visualize. In the afternoon, when your subconscious is most receptive, write it 6 times. Same emotional intensity. At night, before sleep, write it 9 times. Morning, afternoon, night. This isn't about quantity. It's about consistency combined with emotional charge. 21 days minimum. Your neural pathways need time to rewire. But what happens inside your brain during these 21 days is remarkable. Brain science. Here's where the skeptics become believers. Your brain has a filter called the reticular activating system, the RAS. It determines what you notice and what you ignore. Right now, there are opportunities around you that you literally cannot see. Not because they're hidden, but because your RAS has been programmed to filter them out. When you repeat an affirmation with emotional intensity, something remarkable happens. You're reprogramming your RAS. Suddenly, you start noticing opportunities that were always there. See what matters? This is why people who do the 369 method correctly report coincidences and lucky breaks. The luck was always there. Their filter changed. But there's more. Neuroplasticity research shows that focused repetition literally rewires your brain. Neurons that fire together wire together. Every time you write your affirmation with feeling, you're strengthening new neural pathways. You're building a new mental highway. After 21 days, this new pattern becomes automatic. Your default thinking shifts. And when your default thinking shifts, your default actions shift. And when your actions shift, your results shift. This isn't magic. This is the science of intentional neurological transformation. But there's one more layer that takes this from effective to unstoppable: quantum truth. Now we enter territory that sounds impossible until you understand the science behind it. Quantum physics has proven something ancient mystics always knew. The observer affects reality. The famous double-slit experiment showed that particles behave differently when observed. Your attention literally influences physical matter at the quantum level. Everything is energy, and that's all there is to it. When you focus intensely on your affirmation, you're not just thinking, you're directing energy. You're collapsing probability waves into specific outcomes. Physicists call it wave function collapse. Manifestation teachers call it attraction. Same phenomenon, different language. Energy becomes matter. Now here's where Tesla's obsession with 3, 6, and 9 becomes profound. These numbers represent the fundamental frequencies of energy in our universe. When you align your practice with these numbers, you're harmonizing with the cosmic frequency that underlies all creation. This isn't about believing in magic. This is about understanding that you are not separate from the energy that creates worlds. You are made of it. And when you learn to direct it consciously, you become a deliberate creator rather than an accidental one. The question isn't whether this works. The question is whether you're willing to practice it correctly, which brings us to the mistakes that sabotage even dedicated practitioners. Hidden blocks. You can do the 369 method perfectly and still fail. Here's why. Beneath your conscious desires live unconscious beliefs, and your unconscious beliefs always win. If you consciously want wealth but unconsciously believe money is evil, you will sabotage every opportunity. If you consciously want love but unconsciously believe you're unworthy, you will push away every partner. This is the hidden saboteur that nobody warns you about. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. The 369 method works on the conscious level. But if your unconscious programming contradicts it, you're fighting yourself. Clear the blocks first. So before you start your 21 days, you need to identify your limiting beliefs. Ask yourself, what would I have to believe for my current situation to make sense? If you're broke, what belief about money is running in the background? If you're alone, what belief about love or worthiness is operating? These beliefs were usually installed in childhood. They're not your beliefs. They are beliefs you absorbed from others. Recognizing this is the first step to freedom. Write down 3 beliefs that might be blocking you. Just the awareness begins to dissolve their power. Now you're ready for the next level. Amplify power. Here's how to multiply your results. The basic 369 method works, but when you add these elements, you become unstoppable. First, add visualization. When you write your affirmation, don't just feel it, see it. Watch the movie of your desired reality playing in your mind. The more vivid, the more powerful. See, feel, believe. Second, add gratitude. Before each session, spend 60 seconds feeling genuinely grateful for something in your life. Gratitude raises your energetic frequency. It opens the channel between you and your desires. As the ancient texts remind us, be thankful for what you have. You'll end up having more. Third, use the same journal. There's power in accumulation. Each session builds on the last. After 21 days, your journal becomes charged with intention. Some practitioners continue using it for months, adding layer upon layer of manifestation energy. Fourth, do your evening session right before sleep. In the hypnagogic state between waking and sleeping, your subconscious is most receptive. Whatever you focus on as you drift off will be processed through the night. Your brain literally marinates in your intention for 7 to 8 hours. These aren't optional extras. These are the elements that separate casual practitioners from master manifestors. Real results. Let me be clear about what happens when you do this correctly. You will not wake up on day 22 with $1 million in your account. That's not how manifestation works. What happens is more subtle and more powerful. Your internal state shifts, and your external world reorganizes to match it. Inside first, then outside. You'll notice coincidences that aren't coincidences. Opportunities will appear that you would have missed before. People will be drawn to you. Circumstances will align in ways that seem improbable. But remember what Einstein observed. Coincidence is God's way of remaining anonymous. This is the universe responding to your new frequency. You changed the signal. Reality is adjusting to match. But here's what most people don't understand. The timeline varies. Some manifest in days, some in months. The universe operates on its own schedule. Your job is to maintain the practice regardless of visible results. This is where faith becomes practical, not blind faith, but faith born from understanding how the mechanism works. You planted a seed. The seed doesn't sprout overnight. But if you keep watering it, if you keep believing in what you planted, it will grow. The question is whether you'll give up before the harvest. And that brings us to the final piece. Your 21 days. Here's your challenge. Starting tomorrow morning, commit to 21 days of the 369 method. No excuses. No skipped sessions. Complete dedication. Commit, transform, manifest. Write your affirmation in present tense. Make it specific. Feel it as you write. Visualize the outcome. Begin each session with gratitude. Morning 3 times. Afternoon 6 times. Night 9 times. Use the same journal. Track your coincidences on a separate page. You'll be amazed at how many you notice. And here's the secret final step. After your 21 days, don't stop. Transition into a maintenance phase. Once daily, same affirmation, keeping the neural pathway alive. Tesla understood something the world is only now beginning to grasp. The universe is mathematical. It operates on frequency. And when you align your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions with the right frequency, you become a magnet for your desires. The day science begins to study non-physical phenomena, it will make more progress in 1 decade than in all the previous centuries of its existence. That day has arrived. The science now supports what the mystics always knew. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are a creator of reality. The 369 method is your key. The only question remaining is whether you'll use it. Tesla gave us more than electricity. He gave us a code, a pattern hidden in the fabric of reality itself. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. The 369 method isn't just a manifestation technique. It's a practice of becoming who you were always meant to be. It's about aligning your frequency with your deepest desires. It's about reprogramming a subconscious that has been running someone else's code for far too long. Your reality, your choice. Starting tomorrow, you have a choice. You can dismiss this as fantasy and continue getting the same results you've always gotten, or you can commit to 21 days of intentional reprogramming, 21 days of emotional alignment, 21 days of becoming the person who already has what you desire. The universe is waiting for your signal. Tesla decoded it. Now it's your turn to use it. Your thoughts become things. Choose the good ones. If this shifted something in you, subscribe for more. Share this with someone ready to transform their life. Remember, you are not a victim of your reality. You are the architect of it. Stay aligned. Stay abundant.